To make people laugh, please welcome comedian Dean Obiedallah. Good morning. How are you? Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's the best way to remember. Obi, did they call you that?
All the time growing up in North Jersey, and that was a good thing. I mean, that was one of the better things they called me.
I bet. Now, I mean, you've had a very interesting upbringing. Your father is Palestinian and your mother is Sicilian. First of all, how did that pairing happen in the first place?
Well, they allegedly met at a party. That's the story they've told me. I'm not exactly sure. We grew up in Lodi, New Jersey, where there were two ethnic groups. You were either Italian or you were my father. That was the entire town. And it was very, I mean, I'm not even kidding. There was such intrigue with my father. In third grade, my teacher made me bring him in for show and tell.
Oh, my God.
I completely seriously, because he was the only non-Italian they knew. So we had this Palestinian Muslim guy. It wasn't dramatic enough. I wish I brought him in a big cage with a white sheet and went, behold, the Arab man. But
so what was it like celebrating, like, holidays? Like, did he, you know, did you celebrate Ramadan and Christmas?
We did. At the end of Ramadan, there's Eid, which is like the party. We would have that. And we celebrated Christmas and Easter. And it was really, you learn about both religions. You learn a lot about being more than tolerant, but respectful and curious about all religions because of this upbringing. So in retrospect, it was a great experience.
So obviously it makes sense. I mean, you're a funny guy naturally, but I mean, it's like what a perfect subject to kind of, you know, bring some comedic elements to. I mean, I would imagine it makes a difference in trying to talk about these issues we face.
Oh, it does, because, I mean, I know firsthand what Muslims are about and what they're really about and how they're good and bad in every group. That's life. And us, and like with our comedy festival, a lot is just trying to show people there's a better side, there's a good side to people. We're Arabs and we're being funny. And, you know, we don't get a month that celebrates our heritage. Like, we don't get a Black History Month. You know, we get Orange Alert. You know? So we're trying to show something funny and positive. And I tell people, our festival, it's not Arabian Idol. It's not like open mic night for Middle Eastern people. They're all professional comedians, and we have actors, we have sketch comedy and stand-up, and it's a great thing.
So what made you decide to start this festival?
In 2003, we wanted, myself and Masoon Zayed, the co-founder, also from North Jersey, wanted to do something that was a showcase for Arab Americans, but also something to get like positive media coverage for Arab Americans. And in 2003, things are better now, but 2003 was much harder time for us.
So now, given that you do obviously, you know, make jokes about very serious subjects, namely like the war and what's going on in the Middle East, I mean, how do you find that you're ever like sensitive about even making jokes and offending people, or, I mean, how do you come up with the material?
Well, I mean, you want to be sensitive about certain things, but at the same time you want to challenge people. I have no problem challenging non-Middle Easterns' perceptions of us and doing jokes, but it's not all like getting up there and complaining. Like, we look at positive things. Like, right now you have a Muslim or Arab name in America, you're probably immune to identity theft. It's probably a good thing to have. You know, I mean, I have a friend whose name is Osama Salah. He can leave his driver's license and credit card in a crack house. Nobody wants to be him, I can assure you. You know, it's, so you try to look at the better. I mean, I'm also grateful they don't give hurricanes Arab names. Turn on the news, Hurricane Mahmoud's coming.
What about when you go to the airport?
For me, like, I look pretty white, as you can see. I don't have the same problems, but we do give tips for Middle Eastern people because I fly a lot. I tell them, remember this, dress white, make your flight. Like, no Middle Eastern clothing, you know, dress very normally. But my friends have a, you know, it's not random. If you look Middle Eastern, it's truly not random. It's random if you look like a white person or you're not Middle Eastern, but anything, if you're slightly tan, Italian guy with a tan, it's not random. Like, they're going to pull you over.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming in. I think it's great stuff that you're doing. It's great to meet you. Continued success. For more info and for tickets to see the 5th Annual Arab American Comedy Festival, go to our website, CW11.com. And we will be back with more entertainment in the next hour.
Yeah, that's right. And when we come back, you can get your motor running. We're born to be wild with the crew from the OCC, Paul Sr., Paulie, and